Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Call to Adventure, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast that brings together this wonderful group of friends to go on adventures, tell stories, fight, win and lose battles, build relationships with the world and with each other, and have a laugh whilst doing so. We're playing a homebrew campaign with many homebrew additions and rules, so please bear that in mind when watching. We're here to play, have a good time, and we use D&D 5th edition as a foundation for that, but not an absolute. My name is Bard. I will be your DM. Players, would you like to give your own name and your characters' names, please?
My name's Ben, and I will be playing Drax.
My name is Dan.
My name is Johnny, and I will be playing Mort. Oh, shit.
Both at the same time.
In sync.
Completely. Oh, dear.
Well, after you.
Okay. My name's Johnny, and I will be playing Mort.
I'm Dan, and I'm playing Nomad.
I'm Natasha, and I'm playing Tanith.
Fudge, and I'm playing Jack.
All right. Before we start, I just want to ambush Johnny.
It can't be an ambush if I'm expected to do it every single time. Never prepare.
It's
like
felt like
an
I'm
ambush.
ambushing. It's felt like I'm ambushing you. For some thank yous and shout outs.
Absolutely. We'll get right, I'm going to do it backwards order this time.
Ooh.
But no, it doesn't make sense if I do that. I can't say, and also please check out our Facebook and Twitter and Twitch channels. And please feel free to subscribe to our Patreon. Links to all of these things in the description below. Intro music by Chris Frost. Music throughout by Ivan Dooch. Non-player tokens were created in Forgotten Adventures. We're using Foundry as a virtual tabletop. Our world maps are designed using Wonder Draft. Our encounter maps using Dungeon Alchemist. And the character portraits are done by Johnny Lee, which is this sucker right here.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'll send you back over to Bard to let the adventure begin.
Oh. All right.
It's getting polished.
It is. So, without further ado, let us begin our very fourth session of A Call to Adventure.
The best glasses around.
It's gone from 3D glasses to hand glasses.
Spectra specs.
I want to see someone. I want to see dedication. I want to see someone pull contact lenses out.
Give me a second.
I was so glad you went with contact lenses because for a moment I thought you were going to just rip their eyes out. You're like this. I was like, oh.
Halloween's next week.
Save it for Halloween.
Oh, we should get those glasses where the eyes come down on springs.
Okay,
Have them pushed back behind actual sunglasses. So you take them off your eyes.
They just fall out.
Oh,
That's genius.
Don't give away the secrets.
so previously, we the adventuring party has travelled on the way to Dracton to accompany their two of the members to the funeral of one of their carers growing up in the orphanage that they grew up in. Making their way there, they were attacked on the way by some shades in the forest after trying to help a young woman and who was with the body of a young man who then vanished into the woods afterwards. The party then went to the orphanage where they grew up, and they met with their carer, Cece, the other carer, and the wife of Toby, who had passed away fairly recently. They stayed there for the night. They kind of reacquainted, caught back up with Cece, and spent some time, catching up, checking in with her, and finding out about the conditions in which Toby had passed away, which was in a fire when he was going out to help someone. Jax was again visited by a spectre in the night, which this time was a more wholesome experience than the previous one, where he saw the spectre of Toby, who kind of
Somewhat more consensually.
yes. And that's where we left it last week, the the night before the funeral. So you guys have rested now. So you can all do a long rest.
Shall do.
And the morning is the morning of the funeral.
Still gonna passed out.
So you are correct. Yeah. So, like, probably before you wake up, Drax, you hear. You probably wake up to the familiar sound of a kind of knocking on the door of your room.
Who is it? Who's there? Leave us alone.
It's me. You hear Cece calling through. Rise and shine. The breakfast will be ready in about half an hour.
Yeah, I'll be there. Be there within 30 minutes. No problem. So I'm kind of just heading back over, facing the wall.
Bring your friends too. What do you guys think?
Go back to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start shifting, but yeah. I'll make sure.
Start to get up, rub the old eyes.
It's not ridiculously early. It's just,
We had a fight yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. We're in that zone where you're back at home and you sleep like you can sleep nowhere else. It's that kind of sleep. We're enjoying it. Now I'm gonna go take a shit because it's the same thing applies to the toilet as well. So I'm taking a shit now. It's one of them type of shits, where you really gotta just work hard at it. One of those ones which you can feel the beads of sweat running down your head. And I am hitting this porcelain like it's never been hit in its life. How much detail do you want? Do you want me to tell you what I had for dinner last night? Do you want me to explain the aroma?
No.
It might help picture things.
We ate the same food.
Is this in a chamber pot while Drax is just keeping eye contact?
Oh, we're keeping solid eye contact. There's no blinking. There's no looking away.
He's helping you coax.
No, this is an orphanage. It's clearly an
buddy.
outhouse. It'd be a bunch of them. I'm sat next to him. I'm actually sat next to him.
Oh, hands in a ring.
No, I'm not going through.
Half an hour passes.
Oh, like that.
I assume everyone's
on a long rest.
I guess everyone else would wake up. Is everyone else
Mort's
waking up, or
already
do you
up.
need to wake up?
Mort wakes up at dawn, without fail.
What's just been up for like 2 hours by himself?
He's just sitting in bed,
What do I do?
just thinking to himself.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
So what are you
Tanith's
guys
been sort of-
going to the kitchen? So, you guys heading up. You were just explaining what Tanith was doing in the morning.
Yeah, Tanith's sort of woken up a little bit earlier and has just been meditating next to the duck and has only become fully aware that everyone else is up because she can just hear sort of the noises coming from the bathroom.
It's raining.
Smell.
And Nomad.
That's it.
Oh, I can't hear you.
We can't hear you now, Dan.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go. We can hear you now.
Yeah. So I was just saying, Nomad had a little bit of a restless sleep. Not as bad as the night before, but he noticed that Mort had woken up and just decided to lie there in silence and pretend to be sleeping.
Patiently
Yeah.
waiting.
Sensible.
Maybe not sure if he was actually asleep or not.
See his little feet waggling. Just.
So, so you guys going for breakfast?
We'll start to head down.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you get there, there's...
The minute I hear people moving around, I'll be up.
Come on, guys, we're going.
There's a ridiculous amount of food on the table. There is different breads and like dipping oils for the breads, and there's meat, like bacon and eggs and tomatoes and things. Bryn's been working. You can see it as he's doing this, he's prepping food ready for the kind of a buffet for the funeral at the same time. But he's just kind of made all this food with the help of Cece, but she's also occupied doing other things, just getting ready for people to turn up and stuff.
So just taking a piece of, as I say, taking a piece of bacon. I'll just ask, and do you need a hand of anything, Cece?
Well,
do.
I'm just happy you're here. You're going to help carry the coffin.
Yeah. Any
that's
prepping?
I think everything is
going up.
I think everything is okay.
I was going to sit.
Need a lot of prep, and the priest has helped set some of the things up.
I'll just sit down and start eating some of the food.
Are there plates available?
Yeah. There's plates, plate laid out for each of you.
Or is that guy that takes 2 plates?
Bryn kind of sits down at a seat at the end of the table and starts taking some food as well. Morning.
Morning, Bryn.
How are you all doing? Did you sleep all right?
Oh, hi.
That's
I
not
had a
the
wonderful
wild.
night, thank you.
It was sauce.
Do you sleep all right?
All right, yeah.
Wonderful.
I mean, all right. Cheers. Wrong accent.
I thought you talked differently yesterday. He
Just gave her a really awkward look and nod.
Yeah, he
The assimilation was not as subtle as I hoped.
You're soon joined by Emmy as well, the halfling with the red hair, green eyes, who you guys saw kind of towards the like you remember her from a bit of your time there. She wasn't there for the full time that you were there, but you remember her a little bit. She kind of sits down at the table and starts eating and kind of like looking around at you guys. So it's a kind of weird reason to meet back up again, but nice to see.
For the circumstance, of course. Nice to see you too.
Thanks for coming.
Well, let's hope next time we meet up it's for a wedding or a party or something a little bit more higher in taste. Because I'm just helping myself to all of the food on the table.
Yeah, that would be a nicer reason. But yeah, thanks for coming. I thought you'd both come.
It meant a lot to us.
I know. Me too. So you're carrying the coffin then?
Yeah, I mean, do you know if is the casket open somewhere for Toby? Is he being held somewhere at the moment?
I think he's been wrapped. He was badly burned, so I'd heard that he'd been wrapped, embalmed, and then wrapped. You can probably. Oh, it's not an open casket kind of event, I don't think, but I suppose you could take a peek before, okay, if you wanted.
A little bit morbid. now that you mention it, I might just do that.
Each their own.
It might be nice to say a word.
I'm just picturing. I was just picturing Jack.
Oh, so this is happening now.
And slapping a high five.
Are you telling me we don't live in a world of magics where they can't make him look half decent for his last fucking event? Oh, God. What's magic
It's
good
a
for?
world with... There's a world of different tradition.
Can't use no thaumaturgy just to clean him up.
One can reanimate him to dance final dance.
Bring in a necromancer for the funeral.
Think for a moment about how religious this part of this world seems. And...
He's so good. Toby could be there himself saying, "Thank you for coming to my funeral. Thank you very much for coming here."
Or you do it when there is a wedding and then you reanimate him for the dance.
He's gonna walk you down the aisle.
Give you away.
Just as beautiful as I remember him being.
Speech.
Speech.
All right. So, yeah, after like you guys have kind of had your breakfast, Cece beckons you with her out to the garden.
But a bit of time cleaning my coat up then before we go out. Make sure my jacket looks nice.
She leads you out through the one of the side doors into the back garden, which is also, like those of you who haven't seen this part, it's just more like rows of flower beds, and then there's a like open plain of grass, which has been kind of, which looks like it's been cleared of like, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, 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 toys and climbing apparatus and things like that. And there's a large tree at the back, next to kind of a parting in the forest, and just one kind of large tree stands with a rope swing. And down the bottom of the tree is a dugout plot for a grave. To the right-hand side is this large wooden shed, and you, Jackson Trax, would know this to be Toby's workshop. So CC kind of takes you around the side of there, away from the plot, and unlocks the workshop and opens it. And in there, it looks like a kind of typical workshop. It's well equipped. There's all sorts of like tools and like for gardening and carpentry and whatnot all over the shop. And then in the center, there's on this wooden carpentry table that lays this coffin. The room has been lit with incenses around the room, as you get the waft of incense as you walk in. She says, so you'll meet here before the ceremony and then carry him out around to the tree and place him on the wooden table that's been placed up there. And then, again, after the ceremony, lift him into the hole. And, yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're kind of...
Sorry,
as
the
you're,
incense.
as you're leaving the workshop, you can just like see people starting to turn up. Various different types of people. Mostly some familiar, some faces that you've seen before, but mostly people that you've never seen before. And as like time passes, as you're waiting for the ceremony to begin, more and more people start to turn up. People from all over. There's tieflings, dwarves, Goliaths, dragonborn. There's this beautiful woman with long green hair intertwined with wood and flowers. And for those of you, probably only Mort. Perhaps only Mort. Perhaps someone else, but certainly Mort would recognize this as a dryad lady who's shown up. There's wood elves, high elves, cinder elves, even two pale blue skin elves with long white hair and slightly tinted red eyes, who wear these kind of hooded, like long hooded cloaks, seemingly like protecting them from the spring sun. Probably for all of you, this is the first time you've ever actually met a drow. Though you've almost certainly heard of these elves that live deep underground and very rarely seen on the surface.
How does Toby know a drow?
Gets around, doesn't he?
So yeah, this I would imagine it's the first time any of you have ever met a drow, but you would have heard stories of them and know what they look like from descriptions and things previously. And they all just kind of gather, and people would start talking to one another, and like see people recognize each other in the crowd and go over and talk, and hugs, and Cece's rushing around like trying to greet everyone and say hi to everyone. Get the impression that even she doesn't know some of the people that have turned up, but most of them she seems to be familiar with.
Hey Jax, you reckon Red's gonna show?
Well, part of me was hoping that he wouldn't, but it'd feel wrong to deny him his place here today.
I was thinking, we just have to stay the other side.
And avoid all eye contact. Just pretend he isn't there. But while this is happening as well, I would have taken just a moment just to go into the workshop, and I take it the casket it's not like locked up or anything like that.
No, it's not locked. You can lift it open.
It's open.
I'd follow him, unless you do want me to.
I mean, like, yeah, you can follow me in if you wanted to. I was just waiting to get a look, you know. No, I wasn't. I just wanted to go inside and leave him just one of my mementos. There's 2 owl feathers that hang on my hat, and I'd untie one, and I would lift the casket and just take a moment. I mean, I take it, as you say, it's like mummified, I'm guessing, like wrapped up.
Yeah, as you open the cover again, you're like hit with the embalming, like the smell or the aroma of the embalming oils as you kind of open the casket, and in there is this, yes, you know, halfling shaped wrap.
You want to see his penis? No, I'm joking.
I was not ready.
Drax is like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Kind of.
So does he
Always been
like,
curious.
just a big old burrito. It's just a big old burrito.
Sorry.
Was he the man I thought he was?
I think if I saw Jax doing that, I'd probably unplait one of the beard braids, take a beard ring off, and place it on his chest.
Yeah, I mean, a piece of him is always going to be with us, so I feel it's only right for us to leave a piece of us with him. And I just, open the casket. And depending on what, I take it, is he holding anything at all? In his hands, are they positioned in a certain way? Or is he just...
Yeah, his hands are just kind of placed on his, like, folded over on his chest.
Yeah, then I'd kind of, if he's wrapped in bandages, I would place it, like, in the top bandage, like, on his head, just so, you know, like a nice feather adorning his head.
The final feather in his cap.
Yeah.
Oh. As
This is
you're
so sweet.
as you're doing this, you hear, like, the outside kind of falls to silence. And you hear this soft, like, sound of a violinist and a cellist. A violinist and a cellist beginning to play some music.
You head outside.
As you're thinking this, 2 more figures kind of come in to the workshop. One being Bryn, and the other is a Goliath woman with, like, warm. Sorry.
Sorry, I've been thinking about this logistically the whole time. I'm the smallest person here. I'm gonna be like this, holding this casket up.
I was going to ask what everybody
And you said Goliath. Bryn walks in. He's 6 foot something.
Yeah.
'Cause
Bryn's-
he's a foot above.
Guess who's even taller? It's a Goliath woman
Sorry.
with warm beige brown skin, long white hair, and ice blue eyes, with a muscular build, who wears this beautiful forest green shawled dress. She and they both kind of come in and just kind of nod to the coffin to you guys. Shall we do
Yeah,
this
Bryn.
then?
Oh, yeah.
Bryn
Just
says
the
to
four
you.
of us.
Yeah. Oh, he's not that big. He's a halfling.
4 foot coffin, not 6 foot coffin.
Kind of look over at Drax though, as if like, we have a weakest link here.
Yes,
He's-
mate.
Inside.
Yeah. So I think like the obviously you guys will not hold it on your shoulders. Probably you hold it on the side.
I will.
Yeah, Drags has it on his shoulders, and the rest of you kind of have it at the side.
Yeah, let's give this man the send off that he deserves.
So you begin to carry this out, and again, as you kind of leave the workshop, more people have turned up. There's a group of like kind of in priestly garms who have arrived, along with the priest of the church. You guys will recognize a azure scaled dragonborn in long white robes with this golden trim that runs down through the chest, and the symbol on one side is the embroidered symbol of a moon, and the other side is an embroidered symbol of a sun. And there's also like some what look like soldiers that have kind of like gathered around as well, wearing their like an adorned version of their military attire, something more ceremonial than like practical.
Is it possible to tell who these soldiers are aligned with?
Yeah. You can. You don't need to do a check for this. They look like they're from Sanctus, like the military of Sanctus. And yeah, whether they're, you could actually do a history check to see if you can figure out what sort of faction they are.
Sure.
Or okay, yeah. So there's actually there's a few different. There's two kind that look like kind of naval forces, and then there are four there that seem like they're from the city guard. One of those looks like a higher ranking member of the Golden Garrote, and the other looks like a lower ranking member, and they both kind of wear this like full dark gold plate armor. It looks more like a ceremonial attire. It's like adorned with this kind of like leather, like a tabard and a sash, and they have like their badges going down. Obviously the senior member has a load of like badges coming down. The lower ranking member has like a kind of empty empty sash. They wear these like hoods up that then like and then like a kind of metallic gold helmet underneath. Yeah. So there's a variety of different kind of military folk there.
I couldn't help but picture them as like scout troop members when you said about the badges.
Scout leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most dangerous scout leaders.
Proficient with survival tools and a sword.
So
This was for my knots. Alright, sorry.
yeah, so as you guys carry the coffin through, people stand in reflection and respect, as they all just kind of turn and watch you as you carry them through and place the coffin on the table. This dragonborn priest begins to read the Doctrine of the Seven, and the guests all join in. Some of them looking up to the sky as they kind of read it, or as they speak it, as is traditional. He opens by giving some of his own experiences of Toby and how they met him and Cece, and eventually married them together, and invites others up to do the same. Many people get up and share stories of adventures they had with him, or funny stories they had of him, on how they met, or things they did together. Often with things that they did with both him and Cece. Sometimes just things that he did with them, and you're just kind of hearing this. And those of you that already knew him, like you know him as the carer of the care home, and you knew he'd had an adventuring past, but you hadn't realised quite how many adventures this man had been on. Would either of you like to say anything?
I don't think Drax would. I've been thinking about it long and hard, but I don't think he would.
Okay.
I think he'd just struggle to find the right words in a way.
Mm-hmm. Or you cut out there.
Because I'd like to say something.
Okay.
Yeah. But I take it, is this now where he's like resting? If we placed him, is he being lowered into the ground, or is he?
He's on the table currently, on this like wooden table in the oven.
We just stood by him, yeah.
Well, everyone's kind of like stood around as people move up to the front and then talk, give a talk, and then move back into the crowd.
Excellent. And I take it everybody else has finished saying their things, saying their words of.
Yeah. I mean, Cece will still do hers, but she would traditionally like just go last.
Thanks. And then I'd make my way up to the front, and as I stand there, I would look around and make eye contact to all the people that said something for Toby and about Toby, is with a sense of like, without saying thank you, you like kind of look that just, you can feel that deep appreciation of just, you get a nod of thank you. It's meant a lot to me, and I want to, I'm portraying that kind of look on my face, and I'm also again at the same time surprised he was so well traveled and knew so many people. But as I make my way up to the front and stand there, I've written something for Toby, so I'm gonna give this a shot. So I'm standing there looking around at everyone, look across at Cece, just to let her know, I'm happy that she let us know, and she invited us to be here today.
Just gives you a wink.
Ah, that's nice of her. So, started with Toby. He was a great man. And then I'll look at Cece. And they say behind every great man is an even greater woman. Lord, Cece knows he found a good. So I kind of like just look at her again just to make sure she knows. He raised and reared me like I was one of his own. He scolded and seared me from my actions I've grown. His iron fist was protected by a glove, 'cause when he showed you pain, he was showing you love. For the life you gave me, I'll forever be in your debt, 'cause the man I am now knows that he'll never forget. So wherever the gods may be, let them show you the way. For the paths we now see here seem to lead us astray. Now parting from this plane, your body to cease, passing on to the next, may your soul rest in peace. And as I kind of just pull my hat down, and I'll pull my hurdy-gurdy over my shoulder, and I'd just like to take a minute of your time to, well, let the music speak for itself. And I'd like to just, start to play like a really low, gentle tune that just kind of helps capture the feeling, the sense, the emotions that everybody has for Toby. Nothing too high tempo, but calm enough and tranquil enough that it just helps bring some form of peace to everybody around us. And I don't know if you want me to roll a performance check, but I was gonna say you better give me advantage.
No need to roll for this one.
Inspiration die for
I'm usually better than this. I'm sorry.
You're making me hope I die before you.
So
Right,
yeah,
so-
no, it does like bring a
Thanks,
it does bring a peace across everyone, and there's like a general just kind of, well, there's been all sorts of different stories that have come out, but this one seems to just really hit home. You get some people just starting to really feel what's happened, really take in the moment of what's happened and it sinks in a way that seems welcomed by everyone.
Drax is definitely crying, trying to hide behind his beard. It's like this at the moment. It's like, you can't see me. You can't see me.
Yeah, I guess as I was playing,
Wiping it away. Like.
I'm just going to hand Drax a
there'd be
tissue.
A single tear,
I'll hit
but only a
napkin.
single tear, and you have to have some high passive perception to be able to check it and see it. It's not going to wipe it away. It's going to be quick. Yeah, Toby meant a lot to us, and he clearly meant a lot to a lot of people. Fucking Dragonborn, Golden fucking Garrot. Fucking hell, the only people that aren't here. You didn't say there was any Machina here, did you?
There are.
Fuck me,
Yeah.
Toby.
Jeez, it's got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
A lot of friends and a massive dick. Like,
Better adventures than us.
this is why.
So after you finish playing your piece, Cece is just crying. So she stands up at the front and in tears, but she kind of gains her composure
just
back.
before she does.
Yeah.
What's going to stand up? I never knew Toby. Never met him.
It's
Don't know what he looks like.
It's the Michael
But
Scott.
I'm sad he's dead. And he sits back down.
If you're next to me, I'll give you a clap on the back. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
He's the
I've never
Michael.
seen one of these before.
He's the Michael Scott of the D&D. Get involved. Amazing.
What's Mort's passive perception?
That's actually pretty high.
Yeah.
But it's not passive social perception, is it?
Oh no.
So see, yeah.
That's adorable.
You can hear a bird. You can hear a bird fucking squawk from fucking miles away, but shit like this, nah.
But he can't read a room.
No, he's not got any wisdom in this sort of thing.
Selective
That was
wisdom. So she's like, thank you, Moth. Thank you, everyone. She kind of like gains some composure back and wipes tears, kind of laughing a bit as well from Moth. And just and stands up at the front. Be good, whatever that may mean to you. A mantra I'm sure you've all heard Toby say and have found your own meaning in. You've all spoken of some of the wonderful adventures we have had, and experiences we have shared together. And Toby and I have held those memories dear and true to our hearts. But I want to speak of the greatest challenge and most fulfilling adventure that we ever took. This place. The orphanage. When I first spoke to Toby about opening an orphanage, he laughed. He said, Cecilia, we adventurers, not parents. When he saw the look on my face, he soon stopped laughing. I threw his words back at him. Be good. He immediately responded. We go from place to place, helping every bugger we come across, CC. Don't that feel good? Don't that feel like good to you anymore? I told him it does. But not the kind of good that I want to be anymore. I told him more of my idea for the orphanage. I said this is my be good now, my love. And he looked at me, deep in thought, like 1,000 thoughts crossed his mind in an instant. Yet he said so clearly, so confidently, then it shall be my good too. And he did it so well. He made such a good father, and loved them with every ounce of his being. Yes, he would still go off and help people out from time to time. It was his nature, but he always came home. He always gave all of us his love when he did. So, I say to you all, in whatever adventures life may throw your way, approach them with an open mind. Devote to others with all your heart. And most of all, be good, whatever that may mean to you. She kind of walks back into the crowd and like stands between you and Jackson Drex. Just grabs both your hands.
I was just about to say, I'll hold a hand here.
The priest kind of makes his way back up into the front area, and he continues. He does a prayer of the twin gods and of avatars. Who's the god that Cece and Toby chose to align most with, or seem to align most with. And then the coffin bearers are invited to lower the coffin into the grave.
Walk up then. Get Jax.
And then, Jax, you're invited again to play another song. As people are then allowed to go over to the coffin and pay their last respects.
Well, then yeah, I would go and I would stand. I'm pretty sure I have this ability, but I'd stand up above the coffin and hold on. I'm just gonna pretend I have this ability. I'm pretty sure I unlocked it at level 3. I have the ability to conjure items, right? As long as they're within a certain gold value.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just up at the front where the coffin is, you just see me just crouch down, place my hand on the floor, and then as I raise my hand, just this is really comfortable, well intertwined chair, like an armchair kind of thing, just present itself as I make it appear on the way. Is it goblin chair made by goblins, really cheap materials. I'm gonna always throw this one out when you're
Goblin chair made by goblin.
Goblin is cheap labor, it's cheap
The
material.
IKEA furniture
Yeah,
of Eden.
Yeah.
You can make a chair, man. Yeah.
Amazing. I was about to go off on one and explaining
bucket.
it as like this beautiful piece of furniture which you'd need to spend a lot of fucking gold on. Anyway, it's a really nice chair. And I just park myself in it and I start to play the hurdy-gurdy as the chair I'm sitting in just emanates a very faint, I'd say a light cobalty blue hue from it as I'm just sitting and I'm playing the tone to top it.
And then 1 by 1, 2 by 2, group by group, people kind of approach the coffin in the ground, and some people will toss something onto there. Some people will just say a couple words and move back.
I think Drax would walk up or like after placing the coffin, just grab a handful of dirt, pour some over the top, and just say "be good," and then wander off.
I think Tanith would go up to the gravesite and kind of stand there for a few moments in silence, and then just her tail kind of like will come round. I'm just going to pull off a little scale and sort of toss that in with everything else and sort of give a nod and walk away.
Yeah, and Mort will flick in one of his cool-looking pebbles, a heart-shaped one.
The old softy.
Be nice. I mean, be good.
I think Nomad would walk up and say something in his like Silder Elven dialect. Sort of along the lines of, I could tell you were very loved. I could see you had a very important role in these people's lives, and something like that. And yeah, then walk off.
I mean, as
Never
Jack
sounds
gets
as good
up
when you
there-
translate it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like when all of these people are coming up, I would never raise my head to make eye contact with them. I would just continue playing. But when noticing you three come up, it would garner my attention. I'd be like, in a kind of way, if you were to make eye contact with me, I'm figuring you out, as if to think, you don't owe this man nothing, and yet you took time out to show respect. So I would really appreciate it. Or I do. It might not be obvious, but you might be able to get that look from his face. But it's, again, I'm not making eye contact with anybody else. Just you three that have come up, and they're like, okay, that's really nice. But you don't know that. I guess you get a look of some.
I feel it.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel it.
You're shining at us. We might not be able to pick it up.
Yeah.
Right there.
Because you don't owe this man nothing, so it's nice.
Yeah, and so people kind of return to their kind of groups and talk, and there's a banquet of like a buffet of food that's laid out.
There's no other Cinderellas that
No
came
more.
up to say a word. No voices that sound familiar.
You haven't. You do a perception check.
You know who's
There are
voice I'm
Cinderellas
looking
who
out
have
for.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you-
there
you
are
can do it.
there are Cinderellas who have shown up, but haven't recognised.
Recognise.
Yeah, no, you get a good look around. You don't see anyone who particularly like resembles Red.
What a dick for not coming.
In comes this being soaring through the sky.
A meteorite.
Deeply intrigued by this guy you guys seem to hate.
Yeah, no sign of him.
Are people just milling about now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is the Dryad still around?
she is. And as you catch a glimpse of her, she's like just staring at you. Now, like where you've seen dryads before, they look a little more a little more bestial. This she looks kind of more human, elven-esque than you're used to seeing them, but it's still clearly a dryad.
I like sort of try and avoid the eye contact. Just unsure that. Just don't want the attention.
She's just unblinking, just staring at you.
After a while, I'd be like, "Hello."
Can I look at Mort and be like, have you got history with that lady over there? What's going on?
Ah.
Ex-girlfriend or something?
I wish I could
She's
tell
really
you.
giving you an eye.
She is, isn't she? I thought it was me being weird, but it's her, isn't it?
Do you want me to distract her? Do you need to get away?
No, I don't know.
Do you feel safe?
What? Just maybe I should just talk to her.
Aye, perhaps. Well, give us a signal if you need any backing up, mate.
Oh, I'll give you this signal.
Okay, cool. That's
Something
clear.
subtle.
I'll be
something
there.
subtle like
Cool. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
that. Aye.
Not in a literal sense, obviously, but
No, don't do that.
Ooh.
Right, wish me luck. If it looks like she's gonna start killing me or something, could you like do something?
Oh, I'll jump right in. Aye. Don't
Aye.
worry.
Oh,
Don't you worry, buddy.
right. I'll walk over, and in Sylvan, I'll
Do it.
say,
During
"Good
this
morning."
during this time, whilst you've been talking with Tanith, you kind of look back to where she was. You don't see her.
There was someone there, though, wasn't there?
Definitely. Unless we're under a shared delusion, which I feel is like highly unlikely. Should we?
Look around. Is
Do you
she
want to
still
find
around?
her?
Do
Can
a
we do a
perception
perception check to
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
First roll. The excitement. Right. Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
You perceive well. Come on.
Come on, perceive, god damn you. Ba-ba-da-ba. Perception roll.
Unfortunately,
Oh, that didn't go so well.
she's nowhere to be seen.
She's disappeared into like a puff of smoke almost.
I don't know what to tell you, mate. I mean, I've got a little bit of experience with just suddenly dropping in and out of places, but not quite like that.
Maybe she's got the same thing you've got, like a
Well,
disease. Is that the right word?
we'll come back. We'll pop a pin in that. I'll.
Okay.
but,
Right.
but just in case, she could be quite a useful person for us to be able to talk to. So perhaps if we see her later, we try and pin her down.
Right. I'm gonna
Not literally again. Sorry.
I'm gonna hold Misty a little bit closer to me, like.
Yeah.
Aye.
Oh, better be.
My hand's just gonna like. My hand's just gonna like tighten on my staff a little bit as I like look over at Misty and just get a little bit protective.
I'll also have a private
Oh,
little
sweet
conversation
goose.
with Misty.
Okay.
Not that private, because Mort's. He thinks if he's whispering, no one's listening. But you saw her too, didn't you? Right.
Yes, Mort. I saw her.
Right. You keep your eyes peeled, because I didn't like the way she was looking at me.
No, I didn't like it either, Mort.
I'll look at Tanith, who's probably looking, and just sort of like,
You be careful
What?
now.
Look.
Okay.
oh, well, I promise. Always.
Because I think people are looking, so perhaps we should, no,
Ah, no, you're right.
quack
Are you
quack.
hungry? Do you need some?
Quack, quack.
Yeah. I'm sort of frowning at the duck at this point, like,
I could
My
perhaps
suspicions
eat
are
some-
raising
I could
even
perhaps
further.
have something to eat. Yes, please.
Don't worry. I'll get you something.
Thank you.
Right, now be normal.
Be careful. Be careful.
as this is happening,
Fine,
are
very well,
there
then.
like
No, sorry, no, that's inappropriate.
is all the food on the table, or are there anybody wandering around with bits and bobs where I could like
Yes.
grab something off of a tray?
It's all like on a table, yeah. You can-
Okay.
Like there's a few
This is a
tables
field. This is like the field in Glastonbury, not the Reds.
now.
This is what I was hoping.
There's drinks as
Okay,
well.
cool.
So there's drinks now.
Okay. So
Are we
Mort's
sort of
gonna,
walking?
Mort's gonna mill around a bit,
Grab some bread.
grab some
Is
bread, try and do it subtly.
is that Goliath around? The lady.
Yeah. Yeah, she's stood well.
Drax, we can walk up and speak to her.
Okay.
I'll just go up and go. Hi, my name's Drax. How do you know Toby?
She actually like spoke in the. She was one of the people who went up, and she told a short like a short story about an adventure that they'd had together, in the Cinder Plains. Actually, looting trying to find something from a tomb. So.
Yeah, okay.
Funnily enough.
Right, piques me interest.
Indiana
Yeah,
told
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you obviously seen a side of Toby we never got to see. So I'd be would love to talk to you about it.
well,
And what was he like as an adventurer?
he was brave. He was well, probably a lot different to what to how you know him. For us, he was he was quite loud. He was a leader. He was a bit of a firecracker. But he was always underneath. He was always kind and good, and thought deeply about others, and he tried to help people. I think this place, it perhaps quelled him a little bit.
I'm sure we all caused them enough stress to direct that elsewhere.
Yes. It is, I'm aware that you are an adventurer now.
We have
Yourself.
been, yes. Yeah,
Of
we've
sort.
been travelling.
It is a shame
could
that
be
you
any-
never got to go on an adventure with him, but I'm sure he would be very proud of. Very proud of it.
If I could do it, if I could be anything like him, I'd be very happy.
You seem like him. Both of you in your own ways.
What was her name, sorry?
Eren.
Eren.
Eren, yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. Drinks around, I'll just hand her a drink.
Yeah. Just grab a drink. Just knock it back.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
She seemed like
I'll challenge then.
not a person of a few words, but she seemed to have great kind of, from her story and what she said, has a great respect for Toby and you guys as an extension. You guys hear the galloping of like a horse galloping in the distance, coming from around the front of the house, coming from the driveway. Every time I introduce someone, you guys start looking at each other like...
We're
Who's
ready.
expecting
This
this?
is
The horse is then
The
like,
mysterious red.
the horse, the galloping of the horse kind of stops, and you hear the running of footsteps as this woman in kind of similar priestly garbs run like beelines across the garden towards the priest, the Dragonborn. And
Nearby to hear?
sorry.
Are we nearby to hear what's happening?
Well, at first she kind of like leans up and whispers something to him. You see a look of concern across his face. She looks really distressed, and he kind of like has a look of concern. And then he heads over to Cece, who's kind of nearby. Cece, I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave. I apologize for leaving early. It appears that the troubles in the church are, well, the church needs me. I'm terribly sorry about the timing. But she's like, oh, I hope everything is okay. He kind of looks back at her for a moment, puts his hand on her shoulder. Things will be fine. I need to be there. But if any of these looks around at everyone in the garden, if any of these brave adventurer types feels like helping out a suffering town, then send them my way after the funeral. Perhaps invite them to the midnight sermon. Sorry again. He places his hand on her shoulder again, like squeeze her shoulder. She like gives him a hug. Thank you for coming, priest. He kind of
Is he
nods
close
and
enough for us to hear this?
Yeah, you
Or are
guys
we
can hear
far,
all
like the
this.
other end?
You guys can hear this.
Okay, in which
insane
case my
easily.
ears have actively pricked up when he said, if there are any adventurer types who want to come and help out a village. Sort of like looking over, like a bit like, but try not to look too eager. Just like, hey. But then also
See-
like remembering that we're at a funeral and going back to being somber again.
Yeah, CC would come over to you
Momentary
guys
excitement
after
elapsed.
he's like left. He would get on his horse and leave with the lady that arrived. And CC would come over afterwards and speak to you guys. So, as we kind of spoke about yesterday,
Yeah, what was that all about?
Drakton is suffering. There's something going on, and the church is trying to investigate, but they're not having the best of luck.
Is it some kind of evil?
Depends on how you define evil, but
Oh, like bad, like really nasty.
well, I would say it's quite bad. Yes,
Oh no.
people are going missing, and I don't know what's just happened, but something's just happened. So
Also, this is what you were mentioning before about people going missing. Is it all connected?
yes,
Same
yes, I'm
instance,
assuming this is linked
right?
to that. The
I
church
don't
is
want to-
Right.
I don't want to talk for the group, but we're quite good at like getting rid of evil and that.
I had hoped.
Hey, we've got a bit
I-
of a punch and
there
we're
are-
solving mysteries.
She looks around at the garden and she's like, there are 40, 50, 100 perhaps adventurers here. But I don't want to ask
Oh,
them.
the burn.
But I don't want to ask them.
Can Tanith check for aloe vera?
I want to ask you. I trust you. And like she's looking mostly at Drax and Jax.
Yeah, and Jax is kind of side-eyeing more, as if to say like, you keep. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, oh shit, I can't find the word, but yeah, you keep
Dropping us in it.
dropping us in it. Yeah, definitely, we're good at getting rid of evil. Like,
Don't you do that eye, Jax. This will do you good. You're capable of it.
yeah,
We
man,
know this
mate.
town
I'm not
like the back of
asking
our
you
hand
to-
as well.
I'm not asking. I wouldn't say it if I thought you were going to be in grave danger. It's just
We can handle it.
Bobby would always say that a venturer maketh the person.
Very wise,
You,
He did.
every night before we went to sleep.
Every day.
Some of his advice seems clearer than others.
Well,
Right.
that's why I got both these tattoos on my arms.
But if you are
Maketh the
in
man.
a lot of danger, but if you are in a lot of danger, then you will not. You promise you will be safe.
As
We'll be
long as you
safe.
promise me, you'll be safe, CC. We can look after
Yes.
ourselves, can't we, more? Kind of look.
Oh, aye.
Okay, yeah, carry more.
Did you not hear
yeah,
the
we-
tales? I can look after myself too.
Cut to the like
Yeah, and
dryad in the background, just staring at
and I-
more. It's like we're safe, aren't we?
Talking of which, CC, I feel like you need to open up a lot more about your adventure days to us.
Oh, yes.
I think we're old enough to hear it now.
Come visit
Sounds like a
me
great
again
story.
then.
No, before we leave,
Every time you visit, I'll tell you some more stories.
Well, now that mean we need.
That's
to
good
do
incentive.
I'm kind of looking around at all the people like over 100 times, CC, to kind of get. There's no way Tobin knew this many people. I don't think I'm gonna live long enough.
Just to hear tales
So-
of his life.
She's like, oh, that reminds me, before you guys leave, not now, but before you leave Drakton, make sure you check in with, I'm sure you would anyway, but I have a surprise. But I'll wait till you're going. I need to check everything's in order with
yeah, surprise.
Don't like surprises.
We love surprises when they aren't explosions.
it.
I don't like hearing that.
This is when red is her surprise.
Look who it is.
The Rogan
Ta-da!
wants me to disappear and find out what this tree is now. I don't like surprises. I do. But yes, we will come back and see you before we leave.
But
But we've been here for a while.
so the priest has invited you to the midnight mass, the midnight ceremony tonight. Perhaps you could go and speak with him after that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Might need a nap before that.
yeah.
You're welcome to
Well,
nap
late.
anytime. What?
What is entailed in a midnight ceremony with a bunch of priests?
we've probably been it. We've probably been.
Yeah, you would have
there.
been to this
Yeah.
before. It's it's just like it's a
It's
tradition.
a village
kind
thing, isn't it? It's a village thing.
Yeah.
The town.
Middle of the woods, midnight.
So what
And is
time
it
is it now,
safe for
then?
people with tails to be there?
They tend to this is a church of the twins or of the twin gods. So one of them, Invitas, is representative of the sun, and will and they'll have ceremonies at midday. The other is Casteria, who is the represented by the moon, and they'll have her ceremonies at midnight. They are the kind twin, Invitas, and the loving twin, Casteria. So yeah, you've
Yeah,
been
what's the
invited.
time now? Is that early evening?
It's like
It's 10 to midnight.
It's like kind of early afternoon, like mid afternoon. So you've got some time before then. People are just kind of hanging out, drinking.
I was going to
talking.
say, did
Is
you
anything anyone
find out
want
the
to do?
circumstances of Toby's death? Was that something that
Yeah, it's
I don't know,
fire.
Fire. Yeah, trying
Fire.
to save somebody.
Barracks.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, he was rebuilding. He had
Oh,
gone
he
out to
died
help
heroically,
rebuild
I
some
remember,
barracks.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really in battle, but he was helping rebuild some barracks, and they caught on fire,
Mm.
and he was killed.
What an adventurer Toby was.
Only to succumb to a quite run-of-the-mill fire. Alright, cool. Are you guys sort of milling off, chatting to other people again? Once we've had our chat with Cece.
Okay.
And I'm asking because I want to
Oh, I
know
see.
if Cece's alone.
I expect we're all off mingling, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nomad would have wandered off into the crowd. Also
Okay.
surprised by all the different people that Toby knew.
There's some other Cinder elves there as well, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There may be some friends too.
Not that all Cinder elves know each other.
Quite right.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, was there something you wanted to say to Cece, Tanith? Okay.
okay. All right. Cece, hi. Sorry to
Hello there.
bother you. Do you mind? Hey. Thank you for having us. I know, obviously. Thank you for having us. I know it's like 3 extra mouths you weren't expecting to turn up on your doorstep, and obviously it's quite a private time. But I just wanted to say, like, it's actually really touched me seeing everything that everyone said here today, and especially what you're saying about the orphanage, because I didn't like. I mean, I don't really know the fate of my parents as of the moment, but I just want to say what you've done would have meant a lot to a lot of people, I think. So I think you're clearly a really lovely person. Just thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
Like looking like weirdly emotional at this point, but because talk about my parents.
I'm sorry that you don't know your parents well. I know, as you can imagine, working here, I meet a lot of people who don't know their parents well, and we try to give them an upbringing and some role models, but we haven't met. We don't, we only met yesterday, but you seem to be. I mean, and this is not to neglect what I'm sure it must feel like for you, but you seem to be a good person, and you seem to be doing well, and hey, you've picked a good bunch of people to hang out with, so.
Tana's just gonna have like tears welling up in her eyes when Cece's saying this, because it's been the closest to like any kind of like adult like niceties towards her she's had for ages, even though she is now a fully grown half tiefling, half elf.
Would you like a hug? I'd kind of like a hug. And she gives you a big like squeeze.
And Tana's just gonna be like holding everything back so she doesn't just begin bawling down this grieving woman's back.
She's like, it's okay, just put
She just like gives her a squeeze. Like, it seems so nice. It's been lovely to meet you. I'll let you enjoy your ceremony.
Thank you. And look, I hope when my boys return again, I hope to see you there too.
Hey, I would love to come back. And then I'm just gonna sort of like look off a little bit of a weird kind of a like pensive moment kind of thing. I'll be like, if I can.
And you look after them. I know they're very capable, but they are boys.
You say that, I'm in the background, losing to about 8 of the kids in a fight on the floor.
Well, they're men now. But she looks over. Yeah, she looks over at Drax, just wrestling with those kids.
Yeah, chasing down some kids with toy sticks.
Oh. Aye, they're good boys. Yeah. From what I know of them. So far.
Yes, very good heart.
And some decent tunes. Typically.
No, right?
Right? Should really
Amazed.
see if we
I'm not
see about
well.
getting a
Amazed
grave.
sounds like I didn't expect it.
As compared to the first night he had it, when it was just turning it. No.
Of all the
The
instruments,
endless
you
nights of hurdy-gurdy cracking. Yeah.
You imagine hurdy-gurdy practice must sound awful.
It's like learning the saxophone. It's like, it's a great idea in principle. It's like, I'd love to learn the saxophone, but like, where would you have to live to be able to learn the saxophone and
Yeah.
like not annoy everybody? Yeah. Oh, it's the Solar Man's game, that.
And what's everyone else up to at this time?
sort of half looking around for that dryad.
Okay.
Oh yeah, can I ask Cece about that as well before I leave her in tears?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
where's that green-haired lady that was popping around earlier? I just wanted to have a wee chat with her. Like,
Oh,
she seemed
yes,
interesting.
it's one of the people who I didn't know. There were lots of people he met.
Aye, of course. She kind of says, looking like deeply unnerved.
Yes, no,
Yeah,
she
okay.
seemed pleasant. She didn't speak much.
Pleasant. Aye, staring, wide, pleasant eyes.
Oh, was she staring
aye.
at you?
No, not me, but she just seemed to have something on her mind. I wanted to see if she was okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep an eye out for her.
Aye, let me know if you see her. I'll just pay my respects and see if she's okay.
Yeah, of course.
And in my head, I'm like, and also check that she's not being weird about Maud. and also I might end up finding out what's going on with the duck if I told her.
Just
What's up with
normal
Misty,
old
man?
duck. I don't know what the fuss is.
So, Drax is wrestling. Jax, what are you up to?
I've still probably been sat in the chair just playing music.
Jamming.
Mostly for myself by this point.
I'm about to pretend suplex this little halfling kid.
And then Nomad.
I actually think Nomad is gonna, after kind of like scanning all the people that are there, seeing Jax sitting there playing the hurgy-durgy, he's gonna head over and maybe make a bit of conversation with Jax. He's the guy I know the most
Yeah.
at this. And I'll start by saying, so Jax, I can tell this man was very, very important to you. I hope you don't mind me imposing whilst you're playing.
Not at all, no, man. And I'll stand up out of the seat that I conjured, and I kind of just pushed over to the side, and as it say, feel free to take a seat and get comfortable. You're definitely not imposing.
That's good. Well, I've always wondered, what was this man like? You had never really mentioned much about him when we first met, but the circumstances were quite different at the time, shall I say.
Yeah, I had other things to complain about at that time. But Tobby was a good man. He looked after every single one of us. Treated every single one of us like we were his own blood and kin. And I cannot forget that. But Cece and all of these people here, they he clearly touched more than just myself and Drax, sorry. And I'm surprised. I never knew he had this much life outside the orphanage. So, again, I kind of just look around in disbelief that all of these people are here for him, because he kept it pretty fucking quiet inside the orphanage. Yeah, wasn't one to...
Never went around screaming about his popularity.
Never.
He's like, listen up, kids. I'm pretty cool. I know I'm a father figure to
actually got
you,
loads.
but actually,
Loads of
yeah. Yeah, you need to be aware that you're probably not going to have as many friends as I do in your lifetime.
I mean, he used to tell us...
So next time you think I'm just a sad old man.
Yeah, he used to tell us all types of stories, and me and Drax, we'd look at each other like, yeah, right. But now I'm starting to believe some of them may have been true. Guess I kind of just looking around. But I thank you, Nomad, for taking the time out today to come pay your respects.
Well,
And is there anybody like walking around offering drinks, like, or are they just on a table?
I think someone would probably bring them over to you if you were playing.
Yeah,
So you have
then
to...
I'd try and be getting someone's attention and be like, 2 of those up here.
Yeah.
Can I go grab the drinks and bring them over?
All of them. The table.
Oh,
Drag the table.
let's drag I'll drag the table over. So it's now next to you in the
Just for
hurdy-gurdy.
everyone's attention as this table is being dragged.
Seems we have more drinks than we need, but here. And I'd grab one, I'd pass one to Nomad, and I'd pass one to Tanith, being ever so kind of dragging the table over. And I'd take one, and I'd raise it up, and I'd say, Darby's memory. Well, it's on those that
Bobby's
he
memory.
touched to keep it alive.
May
And I'd
he
hold my
rest
glass
well.
up.
And if there's any
Thank you,
consolation,
Nomad.
And for those of us who were simply touched by those who he touched.
Keep our minds out together.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one. More as you're kind of like looking around. as you're looking around for this dryad, like kind of making your way around. Suddenly you feel this hand on your shoulder. You look to the side and you just see this kind of like green coloured skin hand with like pink petals that kind of like seem to run up the arm. And you see this like in your peripheral, you just see this elegant like face kind of lean in to your ear. Someone's been tearing up the Feywild looking for you. And then you just feel like a gust of wind, and these petals just blow past you. You look around, and there's nobody there.
Can I roll perception to see if I've noticed this? Notice I come over to Mort, because if so, I feel like I'd run over.
Yeah.
Or at least slink over. I don't know. Depends how in danger he looks like immediately.
Taking the
are
table
you
of
going to
drinks
drag
with
the
me,
table
though.
as well? Yeah.
Yeah. Just to keep it subtle. I don't want
Yeah,
that to
okay.
be okay.
So yeah, you're like kind of coming away from your conversation with Cece at this point, and you're just like looking around for the others, and as you do, you catch this like tall, like almost like elven,
Shapely green lady.
shapely, light green, like light green skin and darker green hair with like flowers kind of like woven into the hair. She has this long dress, and from under her dress you see these like at the bottom you see that turns into these kind of goat-like hooved legs, and she's really tall, and she kind of leans over, even like taller than Mort. She's kind of like leaning over a bit to Mort, and you just see her kind of whisper something in his ear, and then just disperse into this cloud of petals that just kind of like blows past him.
Oh, crikey.
I'm going to have sort of been like jogging over, and I imagine that I'll have got there as she's sort of released into the petals almost, or just after, as the sort of petals still floating around. I was going to turn to Morton and go, "You alright, mate?"
Oh, I'm not too sure what's just happened. But I'm glad you saw it too.
Aye, flower bomb.
Aye. She
Did she say anything?
No.
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 Oh. It looked from over there like she was leaning into your ear or something.
Aye, she's
Trying to
just
see something.
being a tease, I think.
Aye. Oh, kissing your neck
Aye,
and that. Bit of
Something
forward.
like
I've never met a green woman before with goat legs.
Have you
I
not?
didn't know how fast they'd move.
Oh no, I've met my share.
I'll keep that in mind.
I think we should just best forget it, to be honest with you. And
Forget it.
I don't.
Whoa, so you worry me, I won't forget it. I'll be finding this.
No, I think
I'll find her, I'll track her
I
down.
think she was just. I think that's just how dryads are, and
Just
yeah,
how they
I think
are.
it's just how they
What,
are.
to everyone?
I think so. Sometimes, maybe.
Just looking like mildly disappointed now because I've not had like a sort of green lady come and like ghost kiss me on the neck and disappear. Like, oh,
No, I think
right.
we just best forget it, and just keep trying to live our best lives.
Right. Okay, well, is Missy okay?
Misty, are you okay?
She just looks up at you, her like beak just like open, like.
Oh, she's fine. She's taking it in her stride. Not that there's anything to take in her stride, because it was perfectly normal what that dryad did.
Mort. Mort,
Completely
Aye.
apologize. Is that easy?
do you think we should hide?
Oh, no.
Where?
I don't know. Behind the tree. She like looks over at the big tree.
I turn to Tanith. Will you excuse me a moment? And I run behind the tree.
Don't worry.
Just gonna sort of frown after him and watch as the duck sort of like what's the word? Just like furiously like, sort of like freaks out, like waddling after him.
Morty,
Just like,
Morty, don't worry. I'll keep you safe, okay?
Aye. I don't like what she said, Misty.
Oh, I don't like it either. Do you think it might be her?
I know I don't have the basis to say that I know, but I kind of feel like I do know, and I think so.
I think so too.
She's not going to be best pleased, is she?
It doesn't sound like it. It's okay. I won't let anyone hurt you, okay?
Because I don't want to go back.
No, me neither.
In agreement then. No going back.
Let's stay with these people. They like you, I think.
Aye, they're good. They're a good sort, aren't they?
Yeah. And okay. Brave face.
Play it like cool.
I don't. It's up to you whether you want to talk to them about this, but you can ask my opinion if you want, but I want to leave it up to you because it's your choice, okay?
No. I don't like making decisions and that. So
No, but it's important that you start to make decisions.
Okay. No, I will make a decision. But what do you think I should do?
I don't think we should have.
Okay. No, I was thinking the same thing.
I think we might scare them. Okay.
No, there's a saying that I remember from the time before when I was here. and it's like you go up to a bridge and cross it before you have to, or something like that. And
Okay.
so
It isn't- don't think that one made it, no.
if we find a bridge, then we'll cross it then.
Okay.
Because it don't make sense to cross it before, does it?
No. Yes. I
No.
don't think that one made it to the Feywild.
It's getting warm, isn't it?
She starts like.
Serious question: how far am I from this tree?
She starts like.
Like, can I aim outside of this?
Probably not. Well, unless you move closer to it, you probably could. Yeah.
Okay, it's cool. I'll leave him to have his conversation and sort of like start sidling back over towards Jack and Nomad at this point. Jackson.
She starts just like fanning you over, going like, "We got this. We got this."
Brave face. And then I'll walk back from behind the tree.
She just like kind of confident. Quack quack.
Oh, no.
Oh, I love this dog.
She's a good duck.
I'm gonna reach these guys before they've come out from behind the tree and just be like, "You guys, I'm a bit worried about Mort in the dark. I think they're into something."
Yes, I still wonder about this duck. It's quite mysterious. Ah, but
That's
you
another
spent
duck that
some
bothers
time
me.
with the duck? Probably more than any of us who are not associated with the duck.
I've spent quite some time with this duck, but it seems that the duck's keeping its whatever's special about it is keeping it under wraps. It's almost as if it's outwitting me, you know, which I'm quite frustrated by at this point.
Have you been able to communicate with the duck? At any?
No, but I haven't been able to speak to many cormorants or other bird species
Ah, neither have I.
in the past. I've attempted, but she seems largely unimpressed by my advances. Although she does seem to be more comfortable with me sort of staring at her and asking her questions now.
Oh, well, that's good.
She's like coming around, I think, but that duck has some serious trust issues, you guys. Seriously. It took me like 2 nights of sleeping for her to eat a grain from me. So
Ah, really?
trust issues. Aye. Seriously.
Seriously?
Hello, fellow adventurers.
Ah,
Oh, hello, Mort, that we weren't talking about in any way, shape, or form. How are you?
Ah,
After nothing weird just happened.
I feel refreshed and ready for the day now, I think.
Excellent, excellent. You got any petals, or are you okay? I'm just like trying to keep it casual so I don't appear to be giving away that there's some weird like stuff happening with a tree lady that just went down, but I'm just looking very concerned and more
No, having
quite
a good day. Well, a sad day, obviously. I'm
dear.
well.
You're well. Aye, insensitive. Sorry. Oh, you seem reinvigorated from your visit to the tree. So,
Aye,
I mean, not the tree lady, just the tree itself.
aye. What tree? Oh, that? No, you see,
tree
it's not-
lady. Tanith, use.
I may sound ignorant, but I am not from round these ways. I'm not. She was green. She had goat's legs. Although then again, that doesn't really scream tree. You have a point.
I'm not. I'm not going to engage with it.
Aye.
And then,
the best way,
it
usually.
doesn't have any power over you, does it?
You're very.
Aye, it's like when children are being annoying, the best thing to do is not engage. Like, in most walks of life, not engaging is definitely the best way to go when you need to get to the bottom of
Saying
anything.
that.
In my
So-
language.
He's saying that Drax has now won the power struggle he's after. He's sat over there on a chair. There's two kids putting a blanket over him as his king. One's filling up his beer. The other ones are bringing him food. There's even one kid on his hands and knees being my footstool. And one, I'm just sat there drinking and eating.
King of the orphans. That's awesome.
And they're like really getting into it, like playing along, like bowing as they come over in.
Got a little breadstick scepter. Like-
Awesome.
Amazing.
So, yeah. What else? Is there anything anyone wanted to do in the meanwhile before? Are you planning to go to the midnight sermon, or are you? What do you want to do?
CC asked, so it's a definite yes from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard yeah.
If everyone else is going.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it seems like the safest place. I mean, like the not particularly safe for you know, not that you need to be safe, but like it seems like a good place for you to be.
Was there anything anyone else wanted to do or talk to anyone about, or anything in the time leading up to that?
What? All right, quick question. Oh wait, no, I'll ask these guys. Do you guys know like of the elving tapes here? Is anyone particularly powerful that might know some weird spells and stuff? Not for any particular reason, but I just need to talk to someone.
Is there a wizard's tower in the village or some sort of?
Oh, in the town.
Oh, aye, that's the one. Aye.
There's no,
Or
not a
even
wizard's tower. There are like a couple of spellcasters in the town. There's a alchemist too. There's probably like in terms of like magic. The most renowned person for that for magical abilities would be the priest.
Aha! Right, we're going to mass later anyway, so we'll meet him then. In which case, I have no one I need to talk to. I'll have a chat with him in a bit. Although, I imagine that I'm probably getting some weird look off of the fellow tiefling people who are like, "What is that?" Outside of just a flagrant abomination, what is that?
Here's Urus as well as the priest's name.
Urus.
Dragonborn, yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, the night kind of goes on. Some people like stay. You see people start to depart in the evening, and others stay on later, drinking and sharing stories. And some go like, you know, the CC opens up the house as well, and people go sit around in there and talk and kind of just hang out and
Play some
play some
hurdy-gurdy.
hurdy-gurdy, listen to some music.
Jesus, he's been playing for hours.
Yeah, the violinist
The-
and cellist still here.
His fingers are bleeding.
Like, we'll take it in turns.
You get to, I guess, like fairly late in the night, and Sisu would approach you as like a kind of, if you are wanting to go to the mass, then it's probably best to set off soon.
Yeah, we know the way, don't we? So yeah.
All right,
Yeah, you
keen.
guys would know the way.
Well, we'll make sure to pop back in.
Oh,
obviously,
yes.
Before we leave.
Yes, for as long as you're here, you are welcome to stay
Where are
here.
you coming? Are you not coming to mass?
No, I have many guests. And it's okay.
Fair.
As well.
Oh yeah. Duh. Sorry.
Maybe they'd like to go.
We hate to leave early, but
You're welcome to
We shall return.
come
Come
back.
on, everybody.
You're welcome to come back after.
But we are we staying the night here still?
Right. Yes. Please.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cece.
She's like, I'm sure people will still be awake when you get back, so just...
We know how to get in.
Party
Yeah,
on.
Me and
know
Jax
how
will
to get
find a
in.
way in.
Yeah, you can lock all the doors. We'll still get in.
Yeah, you could lock all the doors if you want. We could get in.
Enjoy the mass. Cool. So
good.
you
Is
guys
Is it a
gonna
long
make
way
your
to
way
the
there?
mass? Oh, as in
23 minutes.
23 minutes away,
23
yeah.
minute walk.
Yeah, probably. Like around about 25, 30 minute walk.
In the meantime,
Yeah,
There's a
So you
few
guys make your
alleyways.
way
There's a
out.
few alleyways you can take, and it's about 23.
You head back out of the let's just like change the music. Change music. There's a bit less. It's a bit weird. Here we go. Why does that none of this play?
Yeah, so this is the driveway of the orphanage.
Yeah,
There's some
so-
bushes over there.
Back in. So you make your way back up the out the driveway. Now I'm calling it the driveway. Out the path, up the pathway to the gates of the orphanage and back out. Same way you came. You go past the lake on your right and the forest on your left now as you make your way back around and turn back onto the main road down towards Dracton. You approach this quiet country town of Dracton that sits comfortably in the valley between forest and moors either side. It's cobble streets and old stone-built houses lit by candlelight, and little sound escapes it except for the clopping of horse feet along the roads that lead through it. You cut down the hill along by the side of the town. The church of the House of Twins is just on the outskirts between the town and the Pallium Woods. It's this beautiful, large building of white stone with a slate roof that starts about 5 feet off the ground either side of the building and then peaks at the top where this stone symbol of a crescent moon and with sun rays sits that represents the twin goddesses Invitas and Casturia. There's this large arched wooden double doorway that sits at the front, flanked by windows that glow from torchlight within. Guys, going in?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
As you...
Can I point across to one of
Yeah.
Drax or Jax, someone that's going to know, and point to the moon symbol and go, what's that one there? What does that mean?
That begins with C.
It's like a combined symbol of a moon with sun rays. So is it like the whole? I take it you mean like the whole symbol, yeah?
Yes.
Casteria. Casteria?
It's a symbol of both the goddesses. It's a crescent moon, but it has sun rays around it. So it's a symbol of like the combined twins.
About that.
It's the twin gods.
Yeah. It's funny, it's just oddly familiar.
Invictus and Casteria?
Invitas. and
Invitas, sorry,
Casteria,
Invitas.
yeah.
Curious. Anyway, I didn't mean to hold you up.
So
Dropped it.
you, well, I guess I'll tell you what. Like, you guys would know a bit about that. You could like tell more. But Invitas is also known as the Kind Twin, who like teaches compassion, kindness to others, and they often do work with the less fortunate. And then Casturia is known as the Loving Twin. The followers celebrate love, romance, the cycles of life. It's often celebrated by like rural towns who adopt the faith to bring fertile land for crop farming. But it's also like love as like a challenge as well to whereas Invitas is more about the kindness to others. Casturia is more about like challenging others in a loving way.
Yes, Drax said all of that to you as we walked in.
And yeah, so you guys, as you open these like large arched double doors, you're just hit with the smells of spice, incense, and lavender, which just like a wall of it just comes like flow, like a wave of it just comes flowing out through the door and it hits you. The walls are lined with sconces that light the interior, these wooden pews either side of a central walkway that stretch from you all the way to this large stone altar at the front. And either side of the altar there are two statues of two women in toga robes. One of them's made of white. They look very similar, but one of them's made of white marble and the other one's made of this purpley black marble. And there's people sat in most of the pews, just kind of like looking at the front. In the center, at the front, in front of the altar, is this large metallic bowl with a fire in it. And it's used as like a ritual fire, often where people will say, like, confess things into the flame, like each one by one kind of go up to the front and confess something into the flame, if they want to. It's not like a compulsory thing to do. Yeah.
Is a sermon going on right now? Like
There doesn't appear to be anyone stood at the front, just everyone's kind of like sat in the pews at the moment.
Just direct the gang to a row of seats. You sit down.
Okay.
Near the back, like cool kids?
Yeah, near the back.
Or near the front, like a bunch of nerds?
The back. Where
Okay.
cool kids are.
I think looking towards Jax and Drax, I ask, so as kids, did you come here often?
Most
When
weeks.
we had to. If it was up to us, we would have never came here.
I take it Toby forced you?
I see now it meant a lot to them.
I see.
As older, being older obviously meant a lot to them. But as kids, you never wanted to attend these things. Not truly.
Yeah, it's all attend out of respect.
But they can go on for a little bit, so I believe you have to sit here before talking to the priest. So buckle up.
Classic. Buckaroo.
place like big textbooks in everybody's hands. Like you got to read through all of this before the end of the sermon. We wouldn't.
Study those tomes if you want an audience with the priest.
I'll just whisper the Mort saying, I hope you know the what are they actually called? The hymns. That's it. I hope you know all the hymns.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know any of the hymns, nor the hers for that matter.
Holy shit.
Also, I say this in
Me
confidence,
neither.
I may not know how to read.
That's okay. You can hum, right?
Yeah, I can.
I get a general tune, do a bit of humming, bit of la 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 if you like, but you'll be fine. It's cool, we got you.
Okay. You guys wait. And wait. And wait.
All covered.
Nothing seems to be happening.
Well,
Do the people look like they're looking around it?
Yeah.
They look... Looking around at the people, they all just seem to be looking towards the front. Like, if you're to move, to like kind of look and see what they're looking at, they all just seem to be staring in one direction towards the flame.
Is this someone sat in front of me?
Yeah, there'll be people in the row in front of you.
So just...
Can I try
That's
waving
what I
my
was saying.
hands in front of
If I did
someone's
that,
face?
do they react?
Yeah.
You wave your hand in front of their face. There's no reaction.
You guys, I'm getting a bit of a bad feeling about this. Are we sure it's not the priest that's making people go missing? Like,
We know the priest, don't we? Have we? Like, we would know. Has it been the same priest forever?
does.
Like,
new guys turned up,
yeah.
everyone's
It's the same
died.
same priest.
Drop it off
yeah.
the map.
Remember, our old friend of CC and
yeah,
Tobias.
yeah.
Is this not how it used to go down?
This doesn't seem right. What did you say about the doors, Jax?
Yeah, you just see me turn just to see if the same doors we came in were open or not.
No, they're shut as they were shut when you got there, so I'd assume that you guys shut them behind you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I thought they were just like kind of open and let people in. And there's nobody behind us.
I'm guessing. Well, it depends where you guys sat.
It was at
We
the
were sat at the back.
right?
Yeah,
very
if you were sat at the
back,
back,
yeah.
then the cool kids.
And they can't see. What about the woman? The woman who rocked up. I don't
You
know
don't
what she
see
is.
her either.
Oh, so
Does it look like any high ranking of the part of the clergy?
There's some like familiar looking faces around that you've probably seen in town. No one you particularly know well, but people that you've seen around in town.
and they would be
But
joining.
But no like priestly people.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
Shake one of them.
Stand up and have a look around.
Give one of them a shake.
Okay. They just kind of shake, just stare, looking at the flame.
I think as soon as Nomad sees Mort shake that person and they're just having no reaction, could I like sneakily cast Crimson Right over my?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Drax is going to stand up. I'm just going to slowly walk down the centre towards the flame.
Okay. Yeah, you walk
Can
towards
I
the flame.
see or feel anything?
Oh, for fuck's
No,
sake.
you don't.
You always roll so high on that.
Do Do a perception check.
Like, does anything? I don't know. Yeah, just feel different to a normal. No, well, no, 12.
No, you don't really see anything in there.
And
And no one's looking at. If I turn back around, no one's looking at me. They're just looking forwards. Or if I'm stood in front of the flames now, does it look like they're staring at the flames? Like at me,
they
where
seem
I'm
to
stood?
just be staring through you. Flame.
Call out to the congregation.
Mm-hmm.
That is there anyone out there that's like being normal?
No response.
Anyone not in a
Oh,
trance?
that's not a good sign, boys and girls. It's not a good sign at all.
I mean, do we go behind the pulpit?
I was about to say, is there doors? You know, like
Should we look
is there
around?
like doors leading into the back of the church where where they would come, where the priest would come out from? Any side doors or back doors, which aren't back but in the building.
kind of like behind the altar. Is that what you?
Yeah.
No, nothing
Yeah.
that you see.
And I take it this isn't.
Are there any creepy little doors in the top of the room?
No, you can't see any of the doors around, just the front doors.
Take it this isn't normal. Like, there's not supposed to normally be like this moment of silence. Where
No.
everyone's dead and, like,
No. And even so, they're the way these, like, how unresponsive these people are to
yeah.
being shaken and had waved in front of you. Something
I mean,
seems off.
I've
Would it-
definitely
Just
seen
genuinely
enough.
concerning.
I'd just be standing up, dust myself off, and just straighten out my jacket and seeing Drax walking towards the flame. I'm gonna start walking towards the door.
Okay.
Do they open?
Yeah,
If I see him do that, I'm gonna ask if they open.
You push the door open. I'm presuming you guys are
Just
looking
have some
around
fresh
to
air.
the
Yeah.
door.
I was just having this kind
As you open the door of the church, you look outside and you don't see the town before you. You stare deep into these dusky woodlands that just stretch out. You can barely see 20 feet from the church until it just reaches just a pool of darkness that kind of seeps out from around the trees. You look around back at the church, and its form has changed. A haunting memory. You remember wandering through the woods as children. You remember playing in the woods as children. This old chapel that lay in the woods, these chapel ruins. And as you look from the outside, the church looks a spitting image of this chapel, this dilapidated ruin. Through the doors, you see the same interior that you saw when you were in there, but from the outside, you see this old, ancient, dilapidated chapel that you used to tell ghost stories about and play around as children. You're no longer in Dracton, but in the Pallium Woods. As you turn back to look to your group, the fire and you hear a
Steps
voice whisper, loud, but almost in a kind of whispered tone from the fire. Ignis! One by one, you watched the people sat in the pews begin to twitch and writhe and shriek in pain as one by one they begin to burst into flames. They let out wails of pain and screaming and agony as they sit heads back, mouths wide open, twitching and writhing in pain as they burn on the pews. And one by one they begin to stand, their shrieks now silence turning into these low-pitched groans as the fire around them begins to dull into ember, their charred flesh cracked with these embery patches that that cinders off, and this kind of cloud of cindery dust that emanates and floats around the church. And you see these burnt, these kind of burnt forms begin to emerge from the smoke. Their charred, cindery faces, their mouths gaunt open wide, smoke pouring from their mouths, making these low, eerie and they begin to come towards you, come at you, and we
Flash
will,
of starlight, and I'm going to spawn my action.
and we will leave it there for this session. We'll take off from there next time.
Oh shit.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh, we need
What a
to shoot the
nightmare.
guy.
See what happens.
Whoever took us
Why
here.
is-
How many of them?
Why did I walk to the front by myself?
There is. Oh yeah, I can show you guys the map. Actually, you won't be able to see it because your tokens aren't there. But there is
Ooh.
You do not own any token with vision. in it.
14 of them.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
That's a little bit of a spoiler
damn.
for next episode, guys.
Oh, damn.
Ah.
and it's
A little preview.
it's hard to it's hard to see because the church is now just filled with this smoke and cinders that just
Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Well, there you go, people.
Well, shit.
yeah. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks a lot,
Sleep
guys.
well.
Another crazy way to end it.
Well, we ended in a kind of wholesome way last time, so I thought I had to bring the campaign back on track a bit.
Yes, it was too wholesome last time. We need to,
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Please join us again next time, and yeah, we love you. Take care.
Peace,
Peace and love. Peace,
Peace
and
and
love.
love.
Peace and love.
Love and peace.
Ciao.